Welcome to Red's Effects. Originally for this week I had something totally different planned, but after I did this, a lot of you wanted to know how it was done, which is surprising because it's quite a simple effect. That's why this week we're not only covering blood hits, but every single other type of bullet hit you can ever imagine, in some way. Now in order to complete this effect, all you need is footage, obviously, and stock footage. Now wherever you get this from is up to you, and what you get is also up to you based on what type of bullet hit you're trying to accomplish. As always, I recommend Action Essentials 2 for any footage, as they have a variety of different surfaces covered on bullet hits, such as glass, dirt, metal, concrete, wood, whatever you can think of, they got it. But anything along those lines will work. For the bullet hole images, I would suggest actionvfx.com. They have a huge library of stock bullet images that are pre-keyed for almost every surface. They have glass, metal, wood, basically everything for pistols and for shotguns. And the best part, guys, it's 100% free. I can't believe it myself, but it's free. And they also have a whole bunch of bullet impact sounds to go with that, so download away. Now, I'm not being paid to say this, it's just that good, and come on guys, it's free. What's better than that? Now when it comes to bullet hits on any surface, there's only one way to do it really. But when it comes to blood, you have a stylistic choice to make. You can either go Tarantino, which is liquidy and gaudy blood, or you can go a more subtle route that most TV shows and family rated things do. Now because this is a family oriented show, well, I tried to make it at least, I'm going to be going the family friendly route and using more of a blood mist powder hit type of thing, but you can choose whatever you want. So round up all your assets, fire up Hitfilm, and let's get cracking. We're gonna go ahead and cover the blood hit first, then move on to the rest. So let's go. Here I have my clip in the timeline as well as my blood impact in the media panel. So let's scrub to the point just before I get shot. Here we go. Now using the slice tool, let's split the clip at that point. Now let's advance either 1 or 2 frames. I'll choose 2 and split the clip again. You can then delete that middle portion and drag the second clip back until it meets up with the first. By chopping out these few frames, we're adding impact to the hit and making it a bit more believable. A bullet is piercing through us, of course. Now you could speed ramp your hit, but I don't think it's necessary here. So let's make sure we're at the impact point, then drag our blood hit into the timeline. This is a powder hit from Action Essentials 2, and clearly this color is not gonna work. So let's drop a tint effect onto it. Then set that to about 70%. We can then drop a hue and saturation effect onto it and play around with the hue dial and the saturation levels until we get something we like. Okay, now you can go ahead and scale and position your element to be over the bullet entry point. And that's that. It's super simple, guys. If you want blood to splatter on the screen, just drag that blood splatter image we downloaded into your timeline at the right point. Then scale it way up and position it wherever you want it to be. You can then mess with the color using the hue and saturation effect just like we did before as well. Now search for the lens blur effect and drop it onto your blood splatter image. Then set the amount to any number below 10 based on your footage and your preferences. Set the opacity to 0 at the start, turn on keyframing, move forward a couple of frames till after your blood hit has gone off and set it to 100. And that's it, blood all done. When it comes to bullet hits on other surfaces, it's the same type of logic, although now we need to add a bullet hole image as well. I'll do glass, but metal, wood and concrete all follow the same principles. So let's drag our glass hit from Action Essentials into our timeline at the correct point. You could just use an image, but I prefer footage as well, as you'll actually see some glass flying away. Now let's scale and position that where we want it. Okay, at the point where the hole is visible, I'll drag a glass bullet hole image in. We can then once again scale and position it into place over the hole. All that's left is to drag a curves effect onto both elements and try to best match them to one another and the footage. So we can mess with the green, red and blue channels until we get it just right. For more on the curves effect and color overall, check out my color correction and grading episode. But follow all those steps and you should have something that looks a bit like this. And then you have it, guys, bullet hits. A simple effect, but a great looking one. And come on, are you gonna shoot the real gun just to get a bullet hit? No, silly. you're gonna use VFX. You can click the social media links over there and in the description as always. If you have enjoyed this episode, maybe consider spreading the word and shouting out the name, the glorious name of Red Alert by sharing the video on your favorite social media platforms. You can also subscribe down below. But that concludes this episode. Take care, and I will see you in the next episode when we get a bit evil. Maybe. See you next time.